Easter brunch just isn't complete without warm, flaky, buttery rolls. Heidi VanValkenburg is here to show us how to make classic shaped rolls for your spring table with Rhodes dough. How are you, my friend?
I'm great,
I was just telling Heidi my Rhodes story over the weekend. I thought I was working with dinner rolls. I was working with Texas rolls. I did the double, right?
Yes.
And they were just nice and huge, the size Texas rolls should be. They were delicious, though. They were delicious. Easter, a great time to pull out the frozen dough because all of the other dishes can be complicated and time-consuming.
Yes, and these are not complicated. And if this seems a little bit complicated for you, you can always use our warm and serve that you can just buy and they're ready to go. But today I want to show you some fun shapes.
I want to learn.
Because it's so much funner to do all these different shapes. So as you were mentioning, the double roll, okay? And so two ways to do that. If you do have the Texas rolls, you can take one Texas rolls, and I'm just going to show these all in the same pan.
Okay.
But when I make these at home, I make sure that I use one pan for each kind because they're different amounts of dough. They're going to rise at different rates, so I want to make sure that they're all going to turn out just great.
Got it.
But for on air today, we're just going to show it all in one pan.
Okay.
So if you have the dinner roll, which is the smaller of the two, you're just going to take two of those and put those together.
That's what I thought
and put those down.
That's what I thought I was doing.
But it's okay, Brooke. If you have the Texas, which is the bigger, you can just take them, cut them in half, and then just put two halves down in there.
Yeah.
And then you can follow this up with your melted butter, and then just brush that down over the top of it.
Do you put that on before you bake?
I do it before and after.
And after, okay.
So after it rises. So, and then we would just follow all of these up with cover plastic wrap, spray it, flip it over so the spray side's touching the roll so that while they rise, they'll rise properly and they won't dry out. So just a tip. Or you can put a Tupperware container over the top. So if you have Texas, you can still do those double rolls.
I'm seeing a try roll.
Okay, so this is a clover leaf, okay? And so all I did on this one is I'm gonna use my dinner rolls again. And if you have the Texas, you can cut them in thirds, but with the dinner, I'm just gonna cut these in half. Okay. And then I'm gonna put 3 halves down in my pan. You can kind of shape them in little balls if you want.
It's fun when they come out warm and they break apart.
And then you can just break them apart. I love that. And then you can put your butter. Or if you wanted to, if you've shaped each one of those, you can roll them in flour if you want that flour look. Oh, okay. Okay, and then put those down in there. Salad Supreme is really good on those if you want kind of a breadstick roll, something else that you can do with it. So now I really am going to switch to my Texas rolls, okay? So with these, I'm going to show you the next one that we have is our butter flake. Okay. So with this, this is the butter flake that's right here.
How pretty.
So 2 ways to do this, and I love to do the butter flake. You can even roll each of your flakes in grated orange peel mixed with sugar and make an orange butter flake, and then use that fresh orange juice and make it that way if you want it sweet.
My mouth is watering
I
as you
love
talk
that.
to me. My eyes are glazing over.
So my dough, and just like I mentioned, put it out and let it thaw for about an hour to an hour and a half. Okay. I clipped it once in the middle and then twice on each side. That's one way that you can do a butter flake. And then put your melted butter down between those flakes.
In between each and every little fold.
Okay, but my favorite way to do it is to take that Texas roll that I have thawed, so it's still cold to touch. I'm going to clip it all the way through with my scissors, and I'm just going to make this, and I'm going to put it back together kind of like a puzzle. So I would roll each piece in my melted butter, roll it in the grated orange peel mixed with sugar if you want.
Is the advantage more butter?
Well, I just really like the extra flavor, yes. I mean, just to be quite honest, I really like it that way. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to show you is this. Again, I've let these thaw. I'm going to roll this out, and the trick with making a pretty swirl, and that's the swirl right there, is you still want your dough to be cold to touch. You don't want it to get past that cold stage, just enough that I can roll it out. And then you can roll that in flour if you want, so just dust your working surface and then roll it in your flour, and then just swirl it up tight, okay? And then put that down in your muffin tin just like that.
So a simple shape can make all the difference in the presentation.
Yes, and then you can just have this variety in your basket, and so you could do 6 of each kind if you wanted, if you didn't want a dozen. Yeah. So if you go to rhodesbread.com, you can find all of these along with any of our other recipes for Easter.
Awesome tutorials too, fun things to do like this to reshape that same dough in different ways, holiday to holiday or dinner to dinner. We love it. Heidi, thank you so much.
Thanks
we will share a link to that website from our studio5.ksl.com. We'll also post this tutorial if, like Heidi said, you want to mix up your bread basket this Easter with those different shapes, those different twists. It makes for such a pretty presentation. Go to studio5.ksl.com and click there on the recipe button.